Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New England Patriots. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Now, this defense for the Bengals, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The Patriots hit 3-1 here through their first 4 games. They're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Harris going to get it again on second down. Ooh, with a juke. And he's brought down, but he has it down to the 12 on a pickup of 12. First and 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And connecting here with Pittman on the out route. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll leave him with 3rd and a full yard to go. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. This now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Now Jones. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Trey Hendrickson showing off his pass rush repertoire that time. Blankenship's kick is good. And the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards there on a Bengal first.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And some room to maneuver. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands.
So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. A handoff as they run the counter play. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
$3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Kaiser White, the former safety, gets the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Needed 13, they got 14 on 3rd down.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Here's Burrow. He completes it to Boyd. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 12-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. And the Bengals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year, and the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas.
Yeah, right? A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jones. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 42. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he gets it down to the 32. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing Jones. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Back to throw. Jones. Hard throw, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. They're going for it. This is Harris. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. But really not much secret there. 3rd and long, Charles, that he was looking to throw the football. And I would imagine as a defender, you're kind of salivating in that spot, right?
You certainly are, because 3rd and long situations, they tip the scale towards the defense every single time. Now you're actually able to dictate and understand what the offense is trying to do. You know where the 1st down marker is. You set your defense that way, and maybe you can be a little more aggressive in certain situations because of that. You start focusing on your coverage assignment, and when the ball's released, you break on it and make a play, as we just saw there.
I'm fine. Ready? 11 Thomas.
And this time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the 1st half.
On 2nd and 12, Burrow, throw left side, complete to Chase. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Burrow will throw. Throwing the out route, finding Boyd for the completion. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A 1st down and then some. Give him 29 yards.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Powers through him. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On third down, Burrow. Got a man, it's Chase, he completes it. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going, a little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
11. Stop.
Burrow on play action, rolling to his left. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. K.J. Hamler, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Jones caught by Allen. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. And as confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles, if they're going to try to pull off an impressive. And the ball is out. Jones got hit and lost it. And the Bengals grab it. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Back to throw. Jones. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I'm getting the sense that this offense is getting frustrated. Here we are into the third quarter, and they've had plenty of opportunities to get in sync. Thus far, that hasn't happened. They're looking for answers both on the sidelines and in the huddle looking at each other.
And he comes back with one complete. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's the gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, here's Harris. 68 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. And some room to roam now. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
That's the first time he's called his own number, but he's got to be overjoyed with the results. He wasn't just going to settle for a modest gain. To me, he was determined to come through with a big message to a defense that slept on him in the pocket.
Jones on 1st and 10. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. Blankenship's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
On one, ready?
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Hands it off out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. Good gain there on 1st down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front. Good blocking. Nice hole for him. Ends up picking up nice yardage. Stays in bounds and keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down. A nice, consistent gain.
He will find his man Chase complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a 1st down. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
He was brought down at the 40-yard line. A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and
Here we go, here we go.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
11 MT, hey. 11 MT, stop.
Now it's Burrow. Escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it. Incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
3rd and goal. Burrow. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
The Pats at the line, ready to go.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Off the play fake. Jones. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off play action. Jones.
Got his man. It's Thornton.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 down at the 33. Forced out to his left. And he slings one that's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
New England on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Harris running straight ahead. Oh, he bowls over it.
75 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Pats are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going.
If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Defensively, no doubt they need a quick stop. Offensively here, maybe you put it in the air on 2nd down, or do you go ahead and keep it on the ground, keep that clock moving?
A lot of people would ask that question, partner, because sometimes throwing the ball might actually be the path of least resistance. But in this case, it's a matter of trust. How much do you trust your quarterback? Because you throw the ball and it goes awry, you really don't look smart as a coach.
Yeah, and then you stop that clock.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Pastor, you said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away.
Here's Jones. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and the Patriots take over. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive.
Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to...
And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A big play there for New England. 45 yards.
Jones. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Here's Jones.
And that'll be incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
And he'll find Pittman.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. They'll try and run with Harris. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year.
And the Patriots have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. And this is going to be snuffed out. The Bengals recover. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter, do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big 4th quarter comeback. Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it? In the 4th quarter, they had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
And that is no good. And this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, a ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat